Hi, I'm Matt Little. I'm the Director of Counseling and Education at EmpoweringAwareness.Asia, and I'm a proud sponsor of this podcast.
Hi, Martin. Hi, Michael. Thanks for being on my show.
Thanks for the opportunity. We've been looking forward to doing this. We heard good things about it. Thank you for having us.
Thank
Oh,
you, Martin.
Sai, as always, it's a pleasure. We did this once before, and we really enjoyed the opportunity.
So now you have been collaborated with Michael, and what is that like? I want to tell about you and the work that you're going to do together to my audience. So can you please together introduce yourself to my audience?
Okay, we have three platforms. We have Loyalty Superstore, which we white label for various organizations and companies as a cashback fundraiser loyalty program. We have Loyalty Superstore, what we call the mall, and we have Local Thanks, which is for local merchants there are 28 million of them in the United States alone that don't have a voice, that can't compete with the big guys. And we are putting together this organization to bring them all together and use the power of the masses rather than the individual. And then the National Mall Plus, which allows now people with our program to go into many national stores around the country and actually get cash back right there at the store. So we can combine the cash back at the store and on the mall and now bring in the local merchants within it. We have been putting this together. We have built it. The platforms are operational. What we lacked was the financial wherewithal to bring our vision, our national vision, and then international vision into focus. And then Mike came to us, looked at what we saw, we looked at what he has, and we found that a perfect match for the two of us, for the way he wants to do good in the world and the way we can help. Mike?
Yes,
It's your turn.
we do good in the world because we have a platform that Martin has built up and seasoned, using it for specific purposes. I identified this, though, as a tool that could be used more heartily and more readily to do what we want to do. We need exposure. We need people that are drawn to what we're doing. We don't want to be considered a selling organization. When I talk to St. Jude's has 10 million donor base. Okay, and what I'm asking St. Jude's to do is to take the identity of our mall and make it available to their 10 million shopper donors for a way that they can shop on our mall rather than Amazon or other places with that cash rewards that we offer, which are lucrative, back to St. Jude's. Actually, and St. Jude's wanted to know what that meant. Well, what it means is 124 million more dollars a year that can be brought back to them simply by introducing them to something that we would make proprietary to St. Jude's. We don't care what they call it. They want to take it on and make it St. Jude's shopping mall. More power to you. So I've been banging on that door for a year, and it's difficult. They're a large corporate organization. They do a lot of money. They're very good at what they do. It is now making sense to them because we will have the firepower to offer it to them. And as Martin calls it, white labeling, I think, right, Martin?
Right.
Yeah. So they can take it and make it available. There is no underlying cost to anybody on that side of the fence, Sai. So the opportunity, the appeal is we bring a turnkey operation that's going to add another 124 million bucks a year to you. Okay.
So it's a perfect program for the consumer who gets cash back, for the organization who sponsors this, because they get cash back as well, and for a small business who can now increase their footprint and get more traffic and more volume themselves.
And St. Jude's is just one of many out there. I have Shriners out here in Oregon where I live. There's so many institutions. Everybody's hungry for money. Everybody's trying to find a way. You know, you can go out and ask for it. You can go do different things. I've been in money all my life as a retail stockbroker and pursuing cash. This is wonderful because it fulfills my heart dream of doing good for people that need it. The people in Kenya, they're actually starving. There's 21 million kids there that starve every year. Okay, I have a pastor friend over there who is there. He's leading the charge. He's talking to the government. He's opened the doors up to him. He says, Mike, show me what you can do. They think in terms of we're going to give them money. We're not going to give them money. We're going to bring them a solution that's forever to use it. We put in a data center at $35 million at our expense for them. It's going to generate $12 to $15 million a year for them with no money out of pocket. And we are doing other things to enrich their soil. We're bringing water solutions to them. And we can do that. We don't expect them to be shopping on the mall. We want them to be a beneficiary of what we're doing with the mall. But what we bring with that mall, we can take everywhere. Okay. We will have our own credit card and our own debit card identified. We also are developing a new bank. It's a sovereign bank, Sai. And if you're not familiar with that, we do business with some Indian banks. We do some with Native American Indian banks. But there is one sovereign bank available in the United States today that started in 1890s. It's not operating. We are in the process of acquiring it. It's the last one. It will never be again. There will be no more sovereign banks. Large institutional wealthy people are drawn to sovereign banks because they escape the overview of the federal government and they're not subject to the FDIC, et cetera, et cetera. So that's my world. And we have an opportunity to acquire that. We're working through that right now. And we think it will be a wildly successful thing once it's in place to make it available to anybody that we touch with Loyalty Superstore. Back to you, Martin.
Okay, but I think it's time for Sai to ask a question. Do you have a question, Sai?
So how it is going to be helpful for the stores that that you are collaborating with?
How are we going to?
Yeah, tell me. I didn't understand the question well.
How it is going to be helpful for the stores that are going to come under this?
So let's use Paul McKee, Martin, as an example in St. Louis.
Right.
With his 30,000 grocery stores. And he is anxious for us to integrate what we have with Loyalty Superstore. You're familiar with Paul. You want to take that one?
Right. The supermarkets themselves are working on very small margins. They can do what they can with the local communities and so forth to help, but they really need an additional incentive. So by giving them a private branded, white labeled program, that's their program that they can go out and promote. Now they've got millions of customers. By giving them this program, the customers can shop through their private branded program, get cash back, and in turn, the supermarket makes money that they can use back to market. Now we can use that leverage from the supermarket chain, which people know, and go to the surrounding local merchants who are struggling. And we're going to say the supermarket is giving away our points. In turn, you could give away our points, and then the supermarket points can be used at your store, and then your store can be used anyplace else. So let's say we have a service station and a barber shop, supermarket, whatever, and then all of them combine with the power of the mass community, all working as a community program, which now raises money for everybody involved.
So how it is going to be helpful for everyone?
Additionally, continuing on with Martin, what he was saying is Our next level of activity with that particular customer is going to be introducing our own proprietary debit and credit card. Okay, and we want them to distribute it to their loyalty shoppers. And credit cards are infamously profitable. We will have our own credit card. We will be operating as our own bank, and we eliminate the expense that most people who have cards have to pay to other banking and other institutions, because we are the bank. Okay, so for us, it's very, very rich, and we can afford to share that with these stores who really want a personal identity. It's like me in Oregon and wherever you are, if you shop and they have things like this. But Fred Meyer is a Kroger store. It's the largest shopping chain in the United States. And when we shop there, we go in and they take our number and they put it into their customer database, and boom, and we shop. And I may spend $150, $200 a week shopping there. I get credit and I get points, okay? And my wife drives a 35-gallon truck that when she goes to fill up, it's very expensive. But because I'm shopping at Fred Meyer grocery store, their gas station chain, instead of her paying $4, she may end up paying $3.20 for a 35-gallon fill up. And I mean, you do the math on that, and it's an incentive for me to shop there. Okay, it's real simple. We're going to save $70 every time she fills up 4 times a month. We're going to save $300, and I'm shopping in a store and I'm getting groceries from a quality place. And most people in the United States are pretty stupid. They take for granted the amazing things that grocery chains do. I mean, again, I don't know where you are or where you grew up, but we take for granted. I mean, a grocery store is an amazing thing. We walk in and you can get anything you want, and it's fresh, it's this, it's that. And so Fred Meyer wants to be the premier and the best. So they do that thing. We're going to take it to the next level with them. Okay, we're going to give them their own proprietary card at a great cost basis, and it's going to enhance more what they already do. That's good for the consumer. The consumer shops are going to get lower prices. They're going to get their gas, and now they're going to have a card that they can shop universally with online and everywhere. And all of that will cycle back and produce more revenue for them and for Fred Meyer. Unfortunately, this is very money oriented, but it's extremely profitable. It's how we decide how we want to use our profit, and we want to do that for good. And this old guy here, Martin, has developed a platform to do it. And I don't have to do it because I have no technical expertise and I don't want to start something up. This is in place and ready to go. I know how to do the money side of it. And we're going to rock and roll with this thing.
We are very excited. We have got 3 platforms, about to build the 4th, that can be done not only in the United States, but at some point when we've got the distribution we want here, this is a type of program we can use any place in the world. And
do you want to introduce the card itself, like through Doug, and how that might shed some more light for Sai, or should we just leave it alone there?
Did you ask me a question, Mike? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was talking about Doug and the credit and debit cards in our own card in our own bank. Did you want to add to that, or is it just, should I leave it alone?
It will be a universal card. Like Visa, every place you go, you see a sign on the window, we accept Visa. Well, what we want to do, every place you go, let's say we call it local thanks, we have local thanks, and we have a local thanks card, which is
unfortunately, it's going to have Martin's face on the card. Oh my God.
Oh, I charge extra for my picture. Anyhow, this universal card, any place they see this little sticker that says we give and we redeem, they can take and now come in, redeem the points there. But the nice thing about it is when they redeem, they get points on top of it, cash back. So they're starting to revolve into growing into a much larger basis.
We have approximately 2,000 or 3,000 merchants right now. We want 300,000 merchants by the end of the year. We want merchants that they're going to benefit from this also with the card. And it's going to make it easier for them to do business. So I think Martin has been sitting on this for several years, and I'm a godly guy, and not to be syrupy to you or proselytize you, but we came together for a purpose and a reason. And I'm really excited about it. We have huge contacts. We have people that have raised their hand. They're ready to go. And it's a matter of lighting the fire.
We've already spent $2 million on the platforms. The platforms are built. They have been tested. They have been in use. And now, with Mike's help, we intend to really blow this up, as he says, into a much larger venture.
So, Martin, how you are going to put it in the market now?
Well, our program is to find people that already deal in the market. Let's say in the local markets. Okay, if once we get like a chain, like the supermarkets, we will have people that will go to all of the stores within that area and say, listen, this supermarket, this gas station is giving away these programs. Now, if you want to join in, you can be a redemption center for all the money that they're giving out. So we're going to go to people that already have ingress into these merchants, like merchant processors, like POS equipment, people like that who already deal with the merchants. So it becomes an add-on product for them. They already have the relationship. It's easier for them to sell. The merchants themselves will see the benefits, and both now the seller, which will be, let's say, the merchant processor, makes dollars on it, and now they bring this out into all of the local merchants through people who already have those contacts.
Most people don't understand the grocery chain or some of the things Martin's talking about. This thing it just drips down through. Merchants are so important, and merchants are always looking for a better way to maximize their efforts and make more of a profit. We're going to give them that opportunity with our structure. We have a few thousand merchants right now, but I expect most merchants are going to want to come to us. We have some unique technology that prevents fraud and prevents people from clawing back and saying, we shopped with you and we want our money back, you cheated us. We are saving major chains money by our technology. That's another thing.
In the old days, well before your time, Sai, they had a company called S&H Green Stamps in the United States. Hundreds of thousands of merchants gave away these stamps. What they did was buy the stamps from S&H, then give them out as an incentive and loyalty to their customers. Then they pasted it in the book.
I did that for my mother every month. It was a big deal. I mean, this is back in the 1950s.
Right, and now they could take those books back to a S&H store and get, things like coffee pots or TV tables.
Or something.
There was very limited and very inexpensive. We're taking that program from paper now to electronic, where now the merchants can give out, hundreds of thousands can give out points that they now, instead of coming back to us, where we get the traffic and we get the profits, the merchants, the customer has to go back to any of those merchants and redeem them. So they get the traffic and they get the profit.
It brings customers back into the store. It's a win-win situation that way.
So what are questions that merchants usually have and that you want to say to them if they are hearing this?
I want to say to them that Michael's idea of making sure we give back, and that's what it's all about. Yes, we want to make a profit, but yes, Michael has shown us how we can really put these dollars back where they're needed in the world. And that's what we want to do, and have the cooperation of the larger and smaller merchants and their customers to do this at no cost to them, because they're getting the cash back to do that.
For example, the example that I gave you in St. Louis, Sai, guy my age, he's very wealthy. He's a billionaire. He's got the stores that we're talking about. This is all for real. It's there. He has a second in command guy who is a veteran, United States veteran like myself, from the Vietnam veteran era. And he and Paul are very close. And he asked if they could do a very specific thing. It's called Veterans Landing. If you've been to St. Louis, it's under the arch. Paul owns 3,500 acres of St. Louis right under the arch. They have put in hospitals. They put in other things for those that are unfortunate. They have a teaching hospital. Paul spent quantities of money. He loves what we're doing because with our technology, he's going to be able to drip money over to what's called Veterans Landing. Veterans Landing is a $100 billion transaction build out that we're going to be involved in outside of this with Martin. But it's major magnitude. People spend money. Everybody is fighting to capture the shopper's dollar. Amazon's got it down pretty good. We're not going to try to emulate them. We don't want to be an Amazon. We want to be identified for being good at what we do, for having as many merchants as we can that represent us with integrity and morality and good, clean business. And everybody's going to get a piece of the action. And Paul is all over us. And we are going to be very involved in doing what's called Veterans Landing in St. Louis. And it's a byproduct of what we're doing because of what Martin has created, because Paul was very enamored of this technology and he wants it and he sees how he can use it.
We've already invested over $2 million to build the platforms. They are built, ready to go. We have, as I said, we brought them out to the marketplace and they have been very successful. We could not bring it out in mass the way we wanted to until Michael came along. He saw the vision as we did, and now we're going to really hit the market with it and become a fundraiser for a lot of companies, a lot of people.
My vision is Samuel Jackson. You know Samuel Jackson, the movie star. You see his face. Yeah, Capital One. Yeah. What's in your wallet? Okay, we want that to be us. Okay, we want a Samuel Jackson lookalike, who's going to represent us on TV sometime in the near future and have an awareness of our card and all the different things that we bring, and having the sovereign bank, having a very high return, having a capability. Samuel Jackson doesn't need $10,000 a month on rewards, but we want people to be able to take that $10,000 and say, look, because we have this set up, you can go ahead and direct that money to St. Jude. You can direct it to someplace in India. You can take it to Nigeria. You can help other people. People want to help other people, Sai. This is what I do. They don't know how to do it. It's complex, okay? I mean, not the average guy can't go to Nigeria and talk to the president and say, bye, bye, bye. You have to have things happening. What we're trying to do is, that's the platform I'm after. Martin has a platform for this. I want to elevate that into a platform of giving that's identified worldwide with major players that say, well, I'm going to take that money that I run up there and I want to send it over there. I want to keep the money, but I want the destination to be for good.
What are those common points between you and Martin, Michael?
Old age.
Go ahead, Mike.
I was introduced to Martin because one of my employees was also an employee of Martin at one time. We were in the process, and we are in the process now, of acquiring a Swiss trust. And if you're not familiar with that, that trust in Switzerland is really a banking relationship. It's where people run to hide their money. Well, we're not going to hide our money. By buying a Swiss trust for $150,000, $250,000, it gives us the makeup of a true banking institution and allows us to issue our cards, to do trades like a brokerage firm, to do anything in the banking world, okay? And that's pretty major, okay? So we will have our own credit card. We will be distributing, and we will market, we may even market under different symbols and names, but it will all roll through our Swiss trust, which allows us to do that. Not everybody can take and issue a credit card or a debit card. There are a lot of restrictions. With that banking relationship, we can do it. We do it legally. There's financial incentives for us to do it. We'll be dealing with the major banks of the world. And so when our lookalike to Mr. Jackson is on TV and said, "What's in your wallet?" and it has Martin's picture on the, well, I can't do that. I don't want to scare people. But we're going to have an identification. We're going to have a brand. And that's what this is about. This is going to be a major giving brand. I live in that world with people of high net worth who have lots of money and they can do anything they want with it. But my job is to appeal to them to be attracted to what we're doing. I need Martin's support with what he has to build on that, to show people so they're willing. You know, I've been raising money all my life, Sai. I'm not 79 years of age. I understand this deal. But it's beyond, there's got to be something to it. There's got to be a depth. One, there's got to be a relationship. That's what I do. I do relationships, but there's got to be content and there's got to be reality. Okay. When I asked Michael Douglas for $100 million commitment, which I know he can do, there's got to be something there because he can put that $100 million a lot of places other than me. So we need something that can really stand up and support what we're doing. And you can talk about building and talk about investing, but something that's up and running, like what Martin has and what we're going to do, speaks for itself. It takes me down the road 50% more faster than anybody else. And then this is really all about money, but it's how it's going to be used.
There are many, many people in this world that do not have credit cards. They do not have credit at all. That's where the debit card in our program comes in. Those people can now get a debit card, acts just like a credit card. They can go any place, you know, the debit card is accepted. And now all of a sudden they have money to spend because they've gotten it back in dividends, cash back on purchases. So
and when they continue to grow with us and get solvent and healthy, you know, we will graduate them into a higher realm of a card, ultimately a credit card, and we'll carry the debt. It'll be our puppy, and we're not going to be selling it or marking it. So, but they're going to have to use it well and make sure that they don't abuse it, and that's us.
So Martin, how you are going to make this happen with your technology? How you are going to help Michael?
Well, we've got the technology. Michael has seen the technology. The technology includes already the mall, which is cashback, can be private branded, white labeled for his organizations that he brings in. We have the National Mall Plus, which allows now customers to go in and earn cash in the store as well as online. And we have this local program already built. Platforms have been tested, and we're going to bring that into being as well. Michael can see where this combination is not out there today, where it can be helping many, many organizations and people. But what we needed was a jump start. Michael's giving us that.
When I go out and talk to Marlo Thomas at St. Jude's, and she's as old as me, I grew up with her on TV. In fact, one of my best Christian brothers, his father helped Danny Thomas start St. Jude's. So I have a little bit of a leg up. But when I talk to major organizations, it doesn't do me any good to go and say, Sai, I've got a great idea. Okay, we're going to do this and that. And you know, the question is, okay, great idea, show me. So Martin is the show me piece. Martin is the piece that is inexpensive to acquire and to give me what I need when I walk in. No, we're doing this, Marlo, right now. It's simply a matter of you telling your 10 million people that you now have your own proprietary card and shop with us. So more money will come to the people that need it, children with cancer. Okay. But that's what that gave me. I mean, it was real simple. I don't want to start up. I don't want to get it. I've got an institution that it gives me some groundwork, a platform for doing, and it's in business and it's working.
So you are into business from long time, and you have been doing this kind of things, a lot. And there must be a strong reason for you to, do this. So what is that? Like, do
Yeah,
you have any particular, yeah,
my,
any previous experiences of yours, Mike? Yeah.
yeah, I've been doing business all my life. I've been doing business for me and for my investors. This is no longer for me. I've had a change of heart. It goes to my spiritual orientation, and I have discovered through my relationships different ways of growing money for people legally that most people don't understand. And you're a young guy and you weren't around for World War II, but World War II decimated the world and physically and demographically. And the countries of the world after World War II through Bretton Woods was a meeting location. And Bretton Woods, the countries got together and agreed that they would have a collaborative solution to reestablish the world. And it meant a way of trading bonds and having access to things that the average broker dealer couldn't get, but it allowed them to go out and grow money with the understanding that 80% of that profit has to go to humanitarian causes. That's the world that I'm in. And we can grow significant dollars. We compete with greed, unfortunately, all the time. And it takes care of itself, but it hurts other people. But I'm dealing at a level, Sai, where people are trading hundreds of billions of dollars a day and for good causes. Everybody's got their hand up. I've been blessed. I have some relationships that have allowed me, and in order to gain access to that, you need to show up with $100 million minimally just to have an entrance fee. And we have that capability. So we are involved in that, and it has got us a foothold of money. And everybody looks at us for money for a lot of commercial reasons. We're not about that. And we're about what I'm articulating to you. So my heart wasn't that way for many, many years. I've had a change of heart. My orientation has changed. I am now a licensed minister. I marry my grandkids. I have 27 of them and 7 children. And my focus in life is not amassing a fortune. Money it's not immaterial, but you can have so much money it doesn't matter. We're not about that. I know that I want to do good. I see things happening in the world. That's my heart. And I have the capability to do it. We just did a tremendous thing here with a local church. And we're going to be doing a lot of churches. We're helping them and showing them how to be self-sufficient financially. And they're participating in in Martin's loyalty shopping. I mean, that's what I started with them. I went to them and I said, you guys are looking for money. You need to be doing this. And they said, okay, let's try it. One thing led to another, and now we're growing into, we just purchased a $15 million piece of land for them. And we have a $1.3 billion build out. We're putting in data centers and other things. So although this may seem small to you in micro, it all started with Martin and what he's doing for me, okay? My heart, I could do it a lot of different ways. I'm 79. I like Martin. I trust Martin. We've been knocking heads here for 2 years. I know that he's the right guy, and he's got the technology, and my guy has worked with him. I trust my guy. I put my guy up technologically with anybody, and he's going to run our card division, and we're going to take this thing and run as 2 old fat guys can for a few more years.
So Martin, how you are going to make this happen, and how much time it is going to take?
Well,
He's going to work 20 hours a day, otherwise I'm not paying him.
actually, I told my wife, who has since passed, unfortunately, that I want to semi-retire when I reach this age. She said, what does that mean? I said, I want to cut back to 80 hours a week. That's what we know it has to take. We built the technology. Now all it takes is 2 things. It takes drive to do it, and it takes the funding to make that happen. Between our guys, which all believe in what Michael's doing, we have the drive, and we are going to go even harder at it, because now we realize what can happen for the good of the people. And now Michael has been here to say, hey, we're going to support you.
I have no silly expectations that Martin's going to be around for 120 years, and don't expect him to, be running marathons. What I hope is we can borrow what he has in here in his heart, and we can bring in the right staff. I have staff all over from other companies, and I'm ready to go with that. So he is going to have to manage that in a way where he's not spending 80 hours a day and 80 hours a week, but we're going to have the right people in there, and that's our job collaboratively. And I believe he and I can do that. I know I have people in the shadows right now that are waiting to come on board. So that's going to happen.
So, Martin, you are very passionate about this collaboration, and I can see you are, very keen, and you are very ready. So, do you have special plans for Mike to, make this big and make this, give him a gift? And because since he has been in business from long time, and he has a lot of things have seen from long time. So, do you have special thing that you are going to give him?
Well, we are going to use our technology, Michael's brain power, his background, his experience, and his dollars to build this program. Exactly how we're going to do it is a secret. People know it when it happens.
I don't have, again, any mysterious expectations from Martin. I know him to be an honest guy. I like the foundation of what he's done. It's real simple. I'm not a technology guy, but there's technology guys out there that work for me, that walk me through it and tell me about how it's going to be. It's always obvious it's been a matter of money for this thing to explode, and we're going to explode it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I'm not going to like it, but it's not going to kill me. And he has the know-how. I feel attached to him like a brother, and I want to. And I don't want to get syrupy here, but I want this thing to be successful for him, and I certainly want it for me and my family and the other people that are going to participate in this. But
and we both want it for the individuals who are going to be the final beneficiaries of everything we're doing.
I've been doing business a long time. You're right, and so is he. And I know some things, okay, and I know how important it is to have the right staff in place. I have the right staff. I'm a retired military officer. I know how to run things. My problem has always been thinking I'm the general and I'm in charge. Well, I don't want to be in charge here. I want to depend on Martin for the knowledge he has with what he has to guide us. I'm going to be the paycheck, and I'll put out the money. He's going to make it run, and we will grow it, and we will staff it for a long time to come. Without him, I want him to be the emeritus, okay? He's the guy like an attorney on the side. We come to him for his opinion, and I don't want to see him running the race. I want to see him to manage it and be able to tell us, we stop here, we go here, Mike, I need more money here, and here's why. And I trust him for that. We make a good partnership.
So, Mike, how it is going to be helpful for the country?
Oh, where do you live?
I live in India.
Ask me about India. I mean, wouldn't India benefit from an amazing thing? I mean, we have people knocking on our door about helping things in India, and I'm not up to speed on it, but I know every country has a need for what we want to bring. It's not just about what this fundamental loyalty superstore is. It's about money, and it's about me being able to make a commitment to Kenya or India and saying, hey, I can bring 3 or 4 data centers here that, one, are there for a reason and things are happening, and you guys in India is big technology, and we bring it in turnkey and share the revenue. And so that's going to happen here. The church that we just did, we raised $200 million for them, Sai, and they don't need it all to build a new church. They need it for all these other things. And the first thing we're doing is we're bringing in 3 data centers before we build out. And we're going to have retail, we're going to have a hotel, we're going to have mini, we're going to have veteran stuff. But we bring in these data centers at our cost and turn them on, and they generate about $15 million each of revenue. So that's going to be helpful to a lot of people that we're dealing with in the United States. I mean, there's the card, there's people that are shopping, that's important. We're making life easier. They can transact business easier, cleaner. They're not going to have any legal issues with clawbacks and buybacks and fraudulent charges. And merchants are going to love it because it allows them to do more business and make more money. And that thing will just grow and grow and grow, and just like Amazon has. But we're going to do other things. Amazon chooses to put spaceships up in the air and send people up. That's cool. We want to put in data centers. We want to put in solar panels. We want things that are going to generate revenue for people to help them feed their kids and to do the good things and have a good life.
We have 3 platforms, but they're universal type of platforms. We can take our platform and bring them to India. We've already done in the past for with another program that I had, to England, to Australia, to Germany. We know how to do that. And that's one of the things Mike likes, is we can expand our program. Very simple, just press a button and go over and get it done in different countries.
It's almost like a CIA operative. They can get in at a lower level and open the door. And then here we come.
So at last, what do you say to the listeners about your collaboration and about your work and how it is going to be impactful?
Mike?
Help me with, I didn't hear him clearly, Martin.
Repeat the question.
Mike. Mike. So how, at last, what do you say to the listeners who are watching and listening to this about your collaboration and about this idea?
We want you to stand up and take notice. I want to hear from you. I don't want your money. What I want is I want your input. I want you to tell us what would be helpful to you specifically where you live and in some area that we might be able to assist you with. Okay? I'm not the government. We have no interest in politics. We want to spend money to help other people. We're doing a business for profit, and we want to use that profit for good. It's real simple. And we want to grow that profit as fast and as hard and as voluminous as we can, and to get it out there, because people in the world are hurting. I live in the United States. I live in a nice part of the United States. I'm from Los Angeles. I lived there all my life. We have homeless people, have no business being homeless. We have a drug problem. We have a problem in prisons, and I'm active in all of those things. And people in prison shouldn't be locked up and stored away. They need to be helped. And I'm not patting them on the ass, but if they're worthwhile saving, we need to educate them. We need to even give them tools so when they get out, they can do something. We're doing some of those things here in Oregon right now. We have programs where we're providing computers and education to inmates and helping them gain knowledge. We're training some inmates to work with animals and collaborate with training animals to help other people that are in need. And it's widely successful. And most people poo-poo that. They don't want to help people that got kicked in the balls. And maybe for the right reason, but we can't go on doing what we're doing. I know how to do money, and I want to use it rightfully. It's pure and simple. I'll say that to anybody. And anybody that has an idea that can make it better without being a jerk and calling me, and you want to do something slimy and cut corners I don't want to do that, but I'd be willing to help with anything. If it's a legitimate need and we can help financially, we'll step up and do it, or we'll bring technology to do it, or some type of knowledge. I know it's a foreign concept, but it's me. That's what I'm going to do until I die. And I don't know when that's going to be, so I'm grooming other people. I've got 6 boys, and I'm training them to be my consigliories. And we have a family office, and it's called En Route, which means I'm traveling through to get to where God wants me to be. That's who I am.
Well, first of all, we don't want you to die for the next 25 years. Okay. Number 2 is you lowered your camera, so we lost
Hi.
part of your face.
Correct.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
I wasn't paying attention. Pardon me.
There you go.
How's that? Good?
Uh,
This is
Okay.
good. Yeah.
Okay.
well,
Yeah, Martin.
okay. Sai, I don't, if there's any more questions, we love them, but, and we'll be here
So
forever.
the same question. The same question. Like, what do you say to my listeners about about your collaboration and how it is going to be impactful in your words with your technology and with your collaboration with Mike and how you're going to make him feel so happy with your support?
What we're going to do is take our technology, our personnel who know the business, our background in the business, which has been for 30 years, combine it with Michael's background, business knowledge, contacts, and dollars, and that is going to be a combination that is going to be tough to beat.
Great. Yeah.
Here, I'll show you this.
So
You see this?
yeah, I can see. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That was me 40 years ago
Look at those.
Wow.
in Southern California. Yeah.
By the way, he didn't mention that he was also a baseball player and a lot of other things in this life, very successful.
But my biggest success is being married to a wonderful partner and 7 wonderful children and 27 grandkids. And life goes fast and everybody's interested in themselves. And that's okay. We have to do that to a point. But I happen to believe my biblical orientation in the Bible, and that is to help other people. And it doesn't have to require a special religiosity or spiritual orientation. I think we're all in this world together. There are 8 billion people walking this planet right now. And we're all doing the same thing. We eat, we poop, we have babies, blah, 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 and we die. And call it what you want, but you have a finite period of time. I've come to the conclusion that I've wasted too much on myself, and I have the ability to help others. And I'm going to do that as fast and as much as I can. And I came across Martin. I saw that as being a good starting point. So we're going to run. And back to your question, I love people to call me. I love to talk to people. I get good ideas from people. And you probably bump into a lot of people that should be talking to us, doing what you do. And I'm happy that we have the opportunity to do this with you. So I hope we do this, we talk again. I'd like to see your stuff.
Sai, I also really appreciate your taking the time to do this with us and get the word out, because the bottom line is it'll help the world. What we're going to do is going to be very helpful.
Did we lose Sai? Did we lose Sai? Is he still with us?
Sai, are you there?
Looks like I scared him. Oh, okay.
You hear us?
Yeah, yeah.
I
Okay.
thought I
Yeah,
scared-
yeah,
I
I
thought
lost
I-
you for a bit.
I thought I scared you away, man.
Well, what we were doing was thanking you for the opportunity to tell the world how we want to help them.
Are you ever going to come out to this part of the world, Sai?
He's coming
Yeah, I'm
down.
coming in August
Okay, so you'll be coming to see
to
Martin?
your place, St. Louis.
He's going to be in
Okay.
St.
Well, I want to meet you there. I want you to see what we're talking about. Yeah, I mean, you'll just be amazed. Yeah, that'll be great. In fact, the guy I'm dealing with,
Yeah.
he builds hotels. We'll put you up in a nice hotel, and there's some wonderful restaurants there, and we'll get to know each other and see if we can do something else to continue growing hard with your support.
Definitely, Martin, Mike. Definitely, I would love to meet you and make things more better. I would love to learn and also contribute. For you, because I have seen, I have listened. You are into army, and now you're helping other countries, and now you're still doing this. This is so inspirational. Last time I interviewed Martin, and he's so supportive. He's fantastic. And now he's doing something amazing, collaborating with you. Definitely, I'm interested in meeting both of you, and looking forward to it. At last, yeah, yes, sir.
Thank you.
I noticed, Si, that you give these type of podcasts for people around the world, not just here. but I've seen, the other countries, Japan and so forth, that you've done them with. So you've got a lot of people that we may be a benefit to. If you have them in your background or in your knowledge or your acquaintances, please let us know.
Definitely. So at last, as a business owners, as a problem solvers, like, what's your observation about my work, Mike and Martin? Like, what's your work? Like, your words means a lot to me as a young guy.
Martin, I didn't get clarity there. Help me a little bit. I'm sorry. I didn't get.
So what is your observation about my work, Mike? As a young guy, I want to know your feedback. Like, what's your observation?
You know what? I'm a competitive athlete, and I don't care what your age is. I stood on the mound with Dodgers in 1963 when I graduated from high school with guys that, anyway, it has nothing to do with age. It has to do with your heart. You got to have certain tech things that you can do. You got to run, you got to throw, but it's a thing that happens inside. I was an athlete with so many people, and the differentiator was what was in their heart. Okay. Guys can run fast, guys can hit the ball, guys can play football, whatever, but there's something inside that you can't measure. There was a movie put out with Gene Hackman not long ago called Replacements. Have you seen it?
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Yeah.
Sorry, did you see it? I mean, if you haven't, that's okay. But if you did, Gene Hackman was asked a question in the middle of the movie, what's it really take? Because he was getting his shit pounded out of him, and he said it takes heart. Okay, you got to have heart. You got to have that thing you can't measure until you see somebody demonstrate it. And I had it. I know what the feeling is, and I know how to read it about other people. And you're not going to bullshit me. Okay, I know guys that won't quit, and I see guys that do quit in their hearts. And so that's what I look for. Martin has proven himself. We've had conversations about his upbringing and my upbringing, and we've crossed paths a lot of ways, and we didn't even know about it. And he's a keeper. He's a guy that's going to be there. He's going to be in the dugout. He's going to take care of business, and he's going to win. Yeah, and I know that. I just know that. So that's me too. I mean, that's what we're doing.
As Gene Hackman said, winners always want the ball. And
give me the ball.
And we want the ball. To run with it, pass it, and really work on making the biggest score possible for everybody involved, but primarily the people who need it.
And Sai, I knew nothing about you until Martin called up, and I'm always happy to talk to somebody and interact with somebody like you. I don't care what your age is. You're either competent or you're not. You appear to be very competent, and I look forward to seeing your finished work. Love to work with you in the future. If we can assist you with some of the stuff you're doing, and I get to know you a little bit, look forward to meeting you in St. Louis. That would be wonderful.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, that's not far away, dude. Yeah, that's just a couple months away. Yeah, we can meet him there.
So, yeah, I will definitely. I'm excited to meet you, Michael. Martin, your observation about my work. You have seen my work. So, what's your observation about my work after our past interview?
Well, I have seen your work. I have seen the podcasts. I've listened to other podcasts that you have done. I've also done a little research on you personally and on the podcast. And the reason I brought Michael onto this podcast is because I think you're doing a great job. I think what you're doing is helping business people. And I wanted Michael to know, because some point he likes to help people. And we're hoping that we build a strong relationship.
I believe in marketing myself. I'm not bashful, but I also know the content that want to come out of my head, my heart, my mouth. And I'm careful with who I share that with. There are some people in the United States I would love to be able to integrate with what we do. And Charlie Kirk is one of them with Turning Point. I don't know if you're familiar with him. But if you ever can get close to him and get us together, I'd be happy to put you on the payroll.
We can, when you get into St. Louis and we meet, we can discuss all the possibilities that will be good for all of us, because you're the type of guy that we want to get involved with.
I love you both. You're being inspiration and you're creating wealth and you're making things possible. You're supporting the world. And Mike's intention is to help. His motivation is to, help each other. And Martin's technology experience and also business experience. I'm sure this collaboration is going to be great. And I wish both of you all the best and help more people and be the inspiration for the humanity.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
I
you.
look forward to meeting you, and I hope you're successful with what you do. We're coming into the month of June, July. We're just 2 months away from meeting you in St. Louis. So that'll be
Yes,
great.
sir.
Yeah, okay. I look forward to it, and I look forward to seeing how you use that ugly guy and my pretty face.
Thank you, Sai.
So, can I put this video on my YouTube channel with your permission?
Yes, absolutely. Am I speaking
Sure.
for you, Mark?
Yep, you can speak for me anytime, Mike.
Anything you think is a wise thing to do, just let us know, and the answer is going to be yes. So thank you.
So, can you share if my listeners are listening this on podcast on audio? Do you want to share your web links or your website, or people can able to see the work that you both are doing?
Yeah,
Sure.
with us, it's www.loyaltysuperstore.com, and it shows the story. Loyaltysuperstore.com.
I'll put the web link in the description of this video, also in my website as well. People who find this video on the internet or in the social media anywhere can able to see your website and use your service.
I think if you do what I think you do, I think we're going to get a lot of input from the result of doing this with you. I'm feeling that there's going to be a lot of people that are going to want to talk to us.
100%, sir. All the best and great work together. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. What a pleasure to meet you, young man. How old are you?
I'm 33, sir. I have done already masters in software engineering, also bachelors in computer science and engineering. Right now, I'm working as a DevOps engineer, cloud DevOps engineer. Working for a data center. Now I'm coming for the cyber security degree in Webster University.
Well, I wish you success in that. I feel comfortable in talking to you, and I hear about your credentials. That's awesome, and looking forward to meeting you. Yeah. So take us to the world, show us to the world, and if we can help, we definitely want to, and that includes you too.
Thank you very much, sir. It's an honor for me to, and it's a privilege for me to present you both on my show, and I believe this is going to be great and create a lot of positive energy.
Thank you, Sai. Yeah.
Terrific, Sai. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks, Mark.
Bye.
Bye-bye.